Good morning, everyone. I'm sharing my screen. I hope everyone get prepared this credit card defaulters. Still, if anybody missed to share the snapshot with me, please start sharing. Just one. Can you hear me? Yes, no. I want the files, but the snapshots. Some has been shared. No has been missed. Okay, not started it. Please complete it and let me know. Okay, if any queries or else any concerns. Do you want me to explain more, or else shall we continue another best practices? Want to give one more brief idea and awareness about credit card default system, or else want me to continue with the another best practices responsible. Now voice is clear. Is it clear now? Breaking down. 1 second, please. Clear. Voice is clear. Clear. No. not clear. I'm just checking it. There is some network issue at my end. Give me a minute. Everyone, is that audible? Just changing the network, switching onto some other network. My voice is up. 'To see my screen. One second. One second, let me give me a minute. Now, able to hear? Able to hear? Shall we start then? Everyone, please try to respond, please. The chart is clear now. Good. Fine. So as a part of best practices is, last week we get started with one of the best practices, that is credit card defaulters. So whoever completed, it's well and good. Whoever not yet started, or else maybe if you have any queries, please send an email so that I can try to give one more time an explanation. Okay, a description about it. So I'm just moving on to the another best practices. Okay, I will share you the data set once that has been completed. Okay, one more best practices at the query editor part. Okay, so as I said, these are all the regular day-to-day activities. Okay, removing the column, deleting columns, or if you want to promote in the first. These are all regular activities of data transformation part. Okay. Okay, let me open it. See here, an Excel file, Access worksheet. And the name of it and website. Data extraction, right? When I am exporting it, I got rows. the website link and the terms and conditions of it. Blank row. If you're observing the blank information is getting started from the fifth row. Okay. Rows which is having unwanted to me, which is not required. I have to remove. The data is getting available from the yeah, 1 second. I'm just checking the network. Right. I'm just changing some good network connection. So I hope it's clear now. You able to see my screen, right? You able to hear and able to see, right? You able to see my screen, right? One second, please. Now, just give me some time. Just changing some network. Can you hear now? I hope it is clear. Good. Thanks. So there is some disturbance at my end. Some network is not in proper from last night onwards. I'm sorry for that. Maybe it will be sorted out today. So if you're observing here, this is the data set which I have pasted from a website. And some of the information is some rows are coming, which is not required for our analysis. And the real data is getting started from the fifth row. Okay, fifth row, this one. Here. Now you can tell me, is this a structured information or semi-structured or unstructured? As per our last discussion, is this a structured info or else a semi-structured or completely unstructured? You know the difference between structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. We have to decide it. Okay, as a part of an analyst, we have to decide, is this a structured? I shown you the difference, right? Last night, last time as well. Structured in the sense, in that backend file or else the backend table, you don't need to perform any any change or else some activity. Okay. So this is something like a structure. So after observing this data set, I don't have any concerns other than the data type check, or else maybe I want to remove some columns. That is structure. Okay. Directly I can see the direct some columns and also some rows of data. This is structure. And if you're observing this data set, I have to perform some activity. Okay. So I have to remove some unwanted rows, which is not required. Maybe there is a blank information, or else these first three columns are not useful for my analysis. And as I said, the data is getting started from the fifth row onwards here. So this is semi-structured. Okay. Let me extract this data. Okay, it's an Excel file. Let's get extracted. Okay, I will share you this data set with you as well. Once completed the session, I will share it. Please try to work on that. Okay. Opening the Power BI desktop application. Opening the file. So it's an Excel workbook, right? Import the data from Excel. Try to select directly. Okay. Set quick connections. Import data from Excel. Extract it. Provide the path. File availability. Okay. It's navigated and file availability location has been redirected. And our file is country population by year. We try to open. So for any set of source, whatever we were trying to extract, you will get a prompt, you will get a dialog. So you can see a navigator on the type of file, it's an Excel file, and the number of sheets. If you're connecting to a file, we can see the number of sheets. And if you're connecting to a database, you can see the number of tables. Okay. So now I have an information on the sheet here. Okay. It's a question to everyone. And remaining sheets, if you're observing in the sheets, okay, in the Excel file, there are some blank information. Blank sheets are available, like a sheet 2, 3, 4, even 5 also available. Is this blank sheets are required to extract? This is a very, very important on the interview prospect. So if you are extracting the Excel file, there are some blank sheets. Is that required to get it extracted into Power BI? Extract means import the files, import the sheets into Power BI. Yes, no. I have an information only in sheet 1. remaining sheets are blank. You can see here the preview part. This table is empty, this table is empty, and so on. My information is get available in sheet 1 only, here only. This is your info. Is that required? No. Please don't extract it. No need to pull these sheets. No need to select. Try to extract the right table or else the right file. Okay, try to select it. Okay, select it. So what we will do, I am going to directly load it onto the Power BI desktop. Okay, let's see what will happen. I'm directly loading into the Power BI desktop. Load it. Loading the directly the sheet 1 with the 9 records, and in the data view you can see the info. Is this looks fine to visualize it? See here. It's a completely one header, and even the column headers are not in a proper way. Is this right to build the visualization directly? Like example, I'm choosing a chart. Going back to this visualization. Maybe I'm choosing, I don't know what column it is. I don't know what is the column header. I'm choosing, okay, blindly this column 14 and maybe column 10. Is this the right insight? Just to think as like a business analyst. Is this a right insight or else visual? We have to think as like a business analyst. No, I don't know what is column 10 by column 14. There is no proper column headers. What it is giving, I'm not sure. Okay, it's not a right visualization. Suppose if we load the file directly into the Power BI desktop application without any data cleansing, it looks in this way. If you connect it to the semi-structured or unstructured source system, please remember, if you directly load it to the Power BI desktop application, it looks in this way. If you connect it to a semi-structured or unstructured, which is, I don't know what is this column 14 and column 13, 10 to build this. It's not having any proper column header. Got it? So what we will do? So from here, we are going to navigate to the transform data. So in Home tab, as discussed earlier, Home tab, click on this transform data. Click on this. It's navigating to the Power Query editor. You can see an editor, one more editor. Other than the Power BI desktop, Power Query editor is an inbuilt ETL tool, the Power Query editor. Okay. So on the left hand side, you can see the sheet 1. Center, we have the data, how it looks like. On the right hand side, query settings, applied steps. What is this? What is the technical name for this applied step? Can someone please help me? What is the technical name for this applied step? If you are not aware, please tell me or else I will discuss. We don't need to wait. What is this applied step? Technical name. We discussed it earlier. So what it is doing? Good. It's recording the data transformation steps. Okay, data transformation steps are getting recorded on your right hand side. That means maybe after some days, right, your colleague or else maybe your team member new join of the project, he can easily understand what about this. Okay, in this applied step, how or else which location of file you are extracting. So by enabling this or else by selecting this wheel icon, he can observe from this particular path, we have pulled this file. And the next step, which sheet or else which table you have navigated. If you are observing, I have connected to the sheet 1. And the remaining two transformations are automated transformations, automated steps. It's trying to promote a proper column header. So see here, before promoting, it looks in this way, column 1, 2, 3. Power Query Engine is helping you to detect a proper column header by promoting your first row. This is your first row. first row as a column header. Instead of column 1, 2, 3, and so on, Power Query Engine is trying to promote your only first row as a column header. That is the intelligence-based transformation. And another one also, another transformation is an intelligence-based transformation. Change data type detection. Suppose these two steps are not giving a value added to you, you can remove it. It's not giving any value added, you can remove it here. See, there is a cross button, right? You can select it. If it is not giving any value added to your report building or else analysis. Like everyone following or else you want me to get still slow down? Everyone, please respond in the chat. Following? Yes. Good. See here, this is the blackened data, how it looks like, column 1, 2, 3. This is an unwanted information, first 3 records, and also the blank row is there. This is the 4th row is the blank row. And my data is getting started from the 5th row onwards. Okay. So how I am going to remove the first 4 records? The first 4 records are not useful for my analysis. So here if you're observing the home tab, transform tab, and add column tab, these 3 tabs are giving some, very important transformations, whatever as per the data part. See this. On home tab part, I want to remove some rows of data, not the columns, rows of information. So select the home tab. It's giving the lot of, see this, these many transformations are there here. So here I want to remove it. Remove what? See this, remove rows. We have a transformation of the tab. Just try to open it. Remove top rows. Suppose if there is a requirement to remove the top records, I can make use of it. Or else maybe I want to remove a bottom number of records, I can make use of it. Now in these transformations which has been listed in the remove rules, which one we are going to use it? It's very simple naming convention. It is easy for us to detect. So which rows we are going to remove it? As per your understanding or else observation. Is that a top or else alternative rows or else a duplicate records or else a blank row? See, I want to remove the first 4 records, right? Top records only. So in that kind of a scenario, remove rows, top or else a remove top rows or else a records. Try to specify the number. 4 records I want to remove. Select it. The step has been recorded here. I have removed the 4 records. You can see the formula here. See this? Table.skip is the function. And our sheet 1. And comma 4. Comma 4 is nothing but 4 rows you have been removed. Okay. Suppose if you can try to provide a proper naming convention instead of a sheet 1, give the name, proper name. That is also very important. Country, population. So this table.skip is the function. Sheet 1, you are performing that activity on the sheet 1, comma 4 number of records has been removed. Now you can tell me, is this a proper column header? As per your observation, is this column 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on? Is this a proper column header? 17 columns are available, 6 rows. So still it is not a proper column header. So I'm expecting this first row is my column header, this one. As per the selection, the first row, I'm assuming this first row is my column header. How we are going to promote it on this particular data transformation of the data type. So for this also, we have a transformation, a button click transformation. Okay, we no need to write any M function. So it's an M functions here, right? That's what we discussed. In query editor, we are going to work or else we are going to write M functions for the data cleansing part. In that, Some of the transformations are the button click, just like you are observing remove top records is a button click transformation. So I have identified right transformation and I have removed it. Remove top list. Now this particular row, I want to promote it, right? How can we do that? The same transformation promoting the header is having at multiple locations, okay, to promote the rows. Home tab, use first row as a header. See this. Here it is available. The transformation is available here. See this? I can promote it. I can promote first row as now column header. See this. Whenever I'm trying to promote my first row as a column header, change data type detection is automatically get happen. Let me remove. The same transformation, use first row as a header, is available in transform tab too. Here, transform tab, use first row as a header. Okay, let's try to select it. Same transformation. Or one more, okay, the same transformation is available at one more place. You are seeing something like a small table option here at the corner of this table. After this data type representation, there is a small table. You are observing. Please try to respond in the chat. Small table here. You're observing this table. Able to see? Please try to respond, others. See here. Here in this small table also we have a lot of transformation. These many transformation are there. We have to identify the right one. So I want to move my first row as like a column. Just try to use this transformation. So first row as a header transformation is available at multiple places. At home tab, I can find it. At transformation tab, I can easily find it. These are all transformations that use first row as a header. Or in the third way, I can find the transformation here. Small table. Here also I can find it. Use first row as a header. Okay. Now you can tell me, is this data looks good? Is this completely structured? How it looks like? Is this structure now? As per your observation, 17 columns are there, 5 number of records, 5 rows are available. Is this structure now? As per your observation, the data is structured? Yes, no. It's a structure now. Okay, as per just at a quick glance, the data is completely structured with proper rows and columns. Now, what happened if you can try to load it? See here. I have implemented these transformations on my right hand side. I want to load, I want to affect these transformations onto my data set. Click close and apply. Close and apply. It's getting loaded. You can see the visualization. It's now still your turn. See here. Data set, data view. So country name to from 2005 to 2020. Each and year wise column header. I'm seeing some values. This is population. These values are nothing but a population value. See here. Below 2009 year, this is my population for this particular countries. These 5 countries. 2013 is column header, and this is my values, population values. Correct? Agree? See on the right hand side in the data view, data level here. Data. For each and every year, there is a sigma symbol. That means year and below the values. Okay, 2005 is my column header, and these are my values, population. 2006 is another year, and below this is values. Sigma symbol stands for, what is it? Number, text, maybe the Boolean value, or else generic numbers. Sigma symbol stands for icon sigma symbol. This is the sigma symbol, right? Which information is going to hold? Is that a number or else a text or else a Boolean values or generic? I hope it is good if I'm asking the questions. As of now, it is a number. See here, country name, which is a text data type, right? Country name is a text. Country name is my column header. Below is my categories. Four different categories, five different categories. Country names. Okay. Let's try to visualize it. See here. So I want to see the population for 2005. Just try to drag and drop. Country also. If you are observing this sum of 2005 by country name, is this a overall population or else only for one particular year population? You have to tell. Is this a complete overall year population or one particular year population? Like that we will get in the certification level questions. Okay, they will provide you an image, snapshot simply, and how we are going to get it. They will ask you, we have to, I mean, maybe we have to arrange it in a proper manner. You have to very cautious while doing this activity. Okay, because it's not a simple activity. They will drag and drop, or else we have to, they will give a snapshot to you. We have to drag and drop and try to represent the right numbers. Is this the overall year country population or is one exclusively one particular year population? So see here, I will add the numbers also, data labels too. This is one particular year population, sum of 2005 by country name. Okay. So these are all countries, five different countries and one particular year population, 2005. So which is not a right insight. Maybe I want to add one more. Let's try to drag and drop. You know, right? Drag and drop. Is this looks good? Maybe I'll just try to drag and drop. I had to drag and drop each and every year. Is this the right visual? It's the first chart only. It's a stacked bar chart. First chart. It's just first chart. Is this the right visualization? Good. It's a one particular year information. And also it is showing, if you're observing this, sum of 2005, sum of 2006, sum of 2007. Maybe if I have it 20 years, I have to drag and drop 20 times, correct? To see the total value. Understood? Is that clear? So that means if I want to see the overall population for all the countries, I have to drag and drop this. I have to drag and drop this. Correct? So which is not a right idea or else a right way to showcase the insight to the customer. I'm using the stacked column chart now. If I'm trying to drag and drop each and every year, I can see the insight in this way. That means I want to combine all together. I have to showcase the value to my customer, which is not a right way to visualize it. You can decide it. You can tell, is this the right insight? So one particular year, okay. For all the years, are we going to drag and drop? I'm asking the best. I mean, we are working on the best practices, right? We have to think on the worst scenario also. No, right? So I want to see my end user want to see all the overall year population. That way, I have to drag and drop this. No, which is not a right approach. So we have to do something on this data set. That means maybe this column header, which you are observing now, 2005, 6, and so on to the 2020, I want to represent in the form of a values. Values in the sense below, these are the values as an year header. And these are all values which you are observing the population as an another column. So maybe at the time, I can visualize it all the year population. Okay, overall the year population. How we are going to do that? So as of now, it looks in this way. I have to perform few more activities on this data set to visualize overall values, okay, overall population values on each and every year. To get this done, I'm again navigating back to the transform data. because we have to do some more activities on transform data to bring that way. Okay, select it. See here, as of now, the data is aggregated based on rows. See this. Each and every row is having some value: Canada, Germany, France, Mexico, and USA. So what I will do in the sense, so as there is an inbuilt button click transformation, as the data is currently pivoted, I will try to unpivot it. Unpivot is nothing but, okay, we have a transformation for that. So these column headers, right, from these 2005 to 2020, whatever the year, the last year, I'll just try to unpivot. So see this, please observe, transform, click on the transform tab, unpivot the column. So what is this unpivot means? These column header, which you are observing from 2005 to 2020, I will convert the column header. Okay, unpivot is nothing but I'm going to convert this column header as an attribute as a separate column. Attribute, the name is an attribute column as a separate column. And below these values as an another new column, values column. Okay, as of now, the data is completely aggregated and it is showing the unique based on the countries. And also I'm not able to visualize overall population. What I'm doing in the sense, I'm trying to unpivoting this column header as an attribute column, separate column, and below values as an another column. See, click on the transform tab. Unpivot column transformation is there. What it will do in the sense, unpivot in the sense, column header, it will try to distribute as a separate column and below values as an another new column. So I am selecting here by using the shift button from 2005 to 2020. Okay, all these column headers I'm selecting using the shift button. Okay, select it. Use the unpivot column, directly select it. So what it is doing now is get converted. Previously, this is my column headers, right? 2005 to 2020. It get converted as an one new column as an attribute and one more column. If you are observing, one more column as an values column, which is nothing but a population. Okay. Now you can tell me, is this attributes column, which is referring second column, can I rename it as a year? Instead of representing it as an attribute, can I rename it as an year for my understanding? Right? And also the data type. It is not a text data type anymore. It's a number. Change the data type. Whole number year. And this is not a values. This is a population. Try to rename it. I have performed some activity. So previously the values has been aggregated data. See here. Previously this data is aggregated. After performing an unpivot transformation, unpivot column transformation from 2005 to 2020, the data has been split as the form of a two columns. One is an attribute column, another one is a values column. Okay, here. After that, I had just changed the data type and renamed both of the columns, year and population. Now, assuming that the data which you are currently observing, I'm trying to load it onto the Power BI desktop, and let's see whether I'm going to build all the year-wise population or not. Close and apply. Close and apply. Please focus. Let's try to fix this. See here, country name, and I want to see overall all the year population. Is this all over the year population? Yes, no. Is this the right number? USA 4.8 billion, Mexico 1.8 billion, 1.3, 1.0, 0.5 billion, Canada last. So maybe my end user, he want to see year-wise population too. I'm just trying to add a slicer. Okay. So once the data is ready, it's easy to build the visualizations to. That's the main agenda to showcase to you. See here. Maybe I'll just try to change the slider. I want to see in a particular year, one particular year number, 2005. This is the 2005 statistics. Maybe I want to visualize 2005 to 2006 population. This is the numbers. Okay, like this. From 2005 to 2012, this is the numbers. Got it? So my end user, I'm providing a slider to him where he can try to see the data from which year to the 1 year to the another year is between the range, right? And also I can try to visualize, okay, year over year population too. Let me choose one more chart. One more chart. Each and every year-wise population too. So population. It's not a sum. We will not do the sum of year. Population. So this is an year from 2005 to 2014. I can see the population. Maybe I'm interested with 2 years. I can try to project 2 years of population, 2005 and 2016, 2006. So. Understood? Everyone following, right? I will show you. See here, slicer is, this is the slicer chart. Select it. Just try to select here or add data to it. Yeah. Understood? And maybe I'm not interested with this slider. I want to showcase as a drop down button. Select it, select the visual, format, more options. Here we have a slicer settings. I'm not interested with this slider like this. Right hand side, left hand side, change. I want to visualize it in a drop down manner. So I can change it to the drop down. So here we can make use of it. Got it? Is that clear? Everyone, now with the right data, we can try to visualize, we can project any type of an insight. Okay, with the right data. If the data is very good and it is organized with the proper rows and columns, we can take it next level. Okay, the visualizations part, we can take it to the next level. If the data is not in a proper way, it's not in a right way, it's not organized well, it's difficult to build the visualization. Okay? It's not a simple drag and drop approach. We have to perform some activities in query editor part, and then we have to choose the right numbers or right visualization. Understood? Is that clear to everyone? Shall we move on to the another example? I will share you this PBX file. One more example. Shall we discuss one more example? These are all best practices which I came across. Best practices of query editor. One more example. Okay. So how can we get to know? Maybe you'll get a question like, how can I get to know this unpivot transformation? I don't know, right? I'm new to this Power BI. How can we get to know? So we are learning here. Okay. We have to understand as per the data, as per the reporting part. So which transformation? What are the main transformations that we are going to make use of it? Okay. So after this activity, after the change data type, we have to get to know unpivot columns. We have to do a trial and error. Maybe I can try to bring the visualization in a right way or not. So after performing this unpivot, which is a transformation, and it is getting converted the column header. Previously, these are all my column headers, 2005, 6, 7, and so on. After performing this unpivot, this get converted to an attribute as an one column and below values as a separate column. Okay. And then it get mean, maybe after that I have performed some naming conventions and data type change. Got it? We have to work according. So this is a very, very important transformation. Unpivot column. So what it will do in the sense, it converts the column header as an attribute separate field. Attribute is the name, separate field, and below values as an another column, as a values column. That's what it is defined. Okay. Important, the interviews part, they will ask you, what is the, unpivot column, what it will do, or else unpivot transformation, what type of a transformation it is, how it will perform. You'll get this type of questions. You have to respond it in a brief or else right way. It's simply instead of telling the stories right, you can tell the right or else what it will be exactly. Okay. That's what it is doing, right? See here. Previously, this part, if I want to perform on this particular one single column means I can do that. But here, I want to convert. These are all column headers as a, these are all column headers from 2005 to 2020 as an attribute. That means categorical data. Text value as in one separate column, the column header as a text value as a separate column. Below these values as another new column. Got it? That's what the activity and pivot transformation is doing. See here. It's getting converted. Other than the country name, is getting converted. Remaining all columns as an attribute and values. Got it? Everyone is not clear about it. Shall we discuss one more example? Similar one. Maybe I'm expecting some answers to. Similar example. One more. And then I will stop it. Okay. One more example. Similar. Almost. But here in this example also you will get to know one additional transformation. Okay. Unpivot transformation. Just now we discussed, right? Like that. Here in another example, you will try to know few more transformations, important transformations. So another data set is an multi-level spreadsheet. And if you're observing the data, it's available in sheet 1. Remaining sheets are blank. Okay, in the backend source file itself, it's blank. On my first row, if you're observing Seattle, blank information, Portland, blank, Vancouver. On second row, is showcasing the categories, bikes, accessories, miscellaneous, some categorical field. And below that, I can observe the information something like on the first column, this is the years from 2005 to 13 years and years. And these are maybe the sales for bikes at this particular city. These are the sales. Accessories from 2005 to 2013. These are the sales. And miscellaneous category. These are the sales value. Okay. Only for this city. Exclusively for this city. Like that, another city, Portland. Some blank rows. And these are the sales value for those three categories. Got it? Last city, Vancouver. Bikes, accessories, and miscellaneous of the cities. Is this a structured or a semi-structured? I will share you this data sets once it get completed. Please work on this. Is this a structured or a semi-structured? This blank is there, right? Blank. I have shown you the how the structured information is, right? There should no blank, and you can see the proper column headers with the rows. But here I have observed the blank. This is blanks are blanks. Let's try to input. So this time I'm going to showcase to you from query editor, how we are going to extract. New source, Excel workbook. Try to provide the file path. Here it is. Okay, multi-level spreadsheet. Okay. You have to select the sheet one. Select it. Select OK. So when you are extracting, just observe the differences. Okay. While extracting the data from a Power Query editor, you are not observing the transform data. Why? You're not observing the transform data. Directly select OK. Why? Why there is no transform data option? While extracting the data from Power BI desktop, you can see that option. Let me show you. See here. Please observe, this is important activities. See this? From Power BI desktop, if I'm extracting the data from an Excel workbook, multi-level spreadsheet, open, I can see an option, transform data. You have to observe the differences, please. Selecting. You can see some additional option, right? Load and transform data. Correct? If you're following, please tell me. Yes. Suppose if I'm extracting the same data set from Power Query Editor, I can see a direct OK button. New source, Excel. Sorry. Because you already in the Power Query Editor, there is nothing to transform anything. Okay. So select it, try to use or else get loaded onto the Power Query Editor first. Okay. Click load. Select load. This is very, very important question. If I'm extracting the table or else a file from Power Query Editor, can this new file will be get available in Power BI desktop? Yes, no. In Power BI desktop, is this file is available? You have to tell. Are you able to see the sheet one? Here. On your right hand side, can you see the sheet one? It's an interview question as well as the certification level. I'm extracting the data from a Power Query editor. From Power BI desktop, are you able to see the new file or else a new table? Yes. Please note it. It's no. You cannot see any new table or else a file at Power BI desktop. If you are pulling the table or else the source information from Power Query editor window. Okay. So let's try to change it to the multi-spread. Okay, multi-spreadsheet. Multi-spread data set. But let me remove these two steps. It's not a proper way. So it is trying to promote the proper column header, but it's not useful to my analysis. Okay. I'm just trying to remove this. Remove these two. This is my real data as per the backend. Okay, backend Excel file. Column 1, 2, 3. First row, if you are observing the null, these are the city. Seattle and blank. Column 3 and column. But last example and then I will stop. Okay. See here. First of all, if you are observing this, even if you are trying to perform the unpivot or else some activity, it will not work because I'm not seeing, see this, column 1 is having the information here, 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on to the 30. Okay. And my first row, if you're observing, these are the cities, Seattle, Portland. One more city is there, Vancouver. Okay. On column 1, 2, 3, which is giving some values, but whenever if I'm trying to visualize it, it's not going to be help to me, okay, in the visualization part. So what we will do? So in this scenario, if you are observing the data set in this way, first we will perform a trial and error method. That means if I can try to convert this complete table, see here, if I'm trying to convert this complete table to the rows, I mean this complete columns to the rows, okay, and rows to the column. The first row, if you're observing this, and this first row has a column information, and the first column row or as a column information as a row data. See this? Let me load it. Then maybe you can clearly understand it. See here, important one. Please observe. It looks like fine. Okay, you can see the data for this multi-spreadsheet data set 2, column 1, 2, 3. So what I'm doing in a sense, I'm just trying to convert. See here, I'm just trying to convert the first row as a column. These cities only as a column, and this column level data as a row. That means first row. Okay. Because I'm trying to perform a trial and error because this complete data set is messy. Maybe if I can try to convert this row as a column, first column, and the first column as a row. Okay. Just like a previous example. Okay. If you're observing previously, I can see the column headers 2005 to 2013 as a column header. I'm just trying to convert in a similar manner. Okay. Let me navigate back to the query editor. Click on the transform tab. Multi-spreadsheet. So which transformation is going to helpful in this scenario? So there is an inbuilt transformation to convert rows to the columns and columns to the rows. And the transformation name is transpose transformation. This is very, very important. Transpose is a transformation, table level transformation, to convert rows to the columns, column level data, and column level data as a rows. Okay, conversion. Okay, treating the rows as a columns and column level data as a rows. Let me perform it. Okay, I'm performing this activity on complete table, not on one individual column. See here, I'm not going to perform that activity on one particular column. I'm going to perform that activity on complete table. Click on the transform. Now you can observe. See here. Column 1, 2, 3. Previously, this is on the column row part. It has been converted to the first column. And if you're observing the row level, previously this is the first column information has been converted to the first row. Up to this part is clear to you or not? This transformation is clear to you or not? Yes. It's a table conversion. Okay. Previously, the information, if you're observing the back step, one more step, this first column information has been converted to the row, first row, and the first row level data has been converted to the column after performing this transpose table. Okay. Now let's try to promote this first row as a column. Just like a previous example, I'm trying to promote my first row as like a column header. Now I can try to rename this column 1 as a city. I'm aware of it. Instead of representing it as a column 1, changing naming to city. Okay. And this one, I'm trying to renaming it as a category. Now you can tell me, is this the right way to visualize it, or else still some activity we need to perform? Are we good to go for the visualization, or else some more things we have to perform? You have to tell now. As per the assumption, as per the work on the previous example, shall we start building the visualization? 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're observing the statistics. Nulls are there. If you're observing, there is still some null information. And even the column header from 2005 to 2013, we have the column header level values. Okay, that is a year. Still, if you're observing some null values. So I want to fill up this null information with this above city until it is going to find the next valid city. That means These null information, I'm going to fill up with this Seattle, okay, above information. To perform that activity, we don't have any, I mean, like in the Excel means I can drag and drop, I can drag it and drop next to it. But here in Power Query Editor, we are going to perform for this also, there is an activity. Okay, here is a transformation. To get this done, we have a transformation name called fill down. See here, fill down. We have to identify the right transformation, fill down. What it will do in the sense, wherever there is a null information or else a blank information underneath the city, it will be get filled with the above city name until it will find next valid city. So that means here it is a null, another null is going to fill up with the Seattle until it will find next valid city. And below this Portland, it get filled with Portland. This null information is going to fill up with Portland. Okay, let's try to perform the transformation. See here, fill down. So it's also one of the activity. Now, if you're observing, is this a right or is something different? Is the Seattle is occupied with these three categories or else additional category? Like below Portland also it has been filled up with Seattle. No, right? Until it find the valid city, it has been filled up with the city. Got it? Filled up. Now I will show you one more way. See here. What will you, if I can try to perform a fill up? Is this the right approach? Is this the cities which has been filled up with is the right way? We can decide it. You are observing that as an analyst, is this the right? If I'm using a fill up, what about this? This is also filled up with the Vancouver, right? And where is the three categories? Bytes, accessories, and miscellaneous belongs to the Seattle, but it has been filled up with the Portland. Wrong. So don't try to use fill. So we have to check. Okay, we have to do a cross validation before performing the transformation. So see this, fill down. Okay. Now we know the transformation from 2005 to 2013. I'll just try to perform that unpivot transformation. Okay, because showcasing the year-wise values, try to perform the unpivot columns. City category. This one is going to be here. This is my sales. And the data type, please try to, don't forget, data type, try to change it to the whole number. And this data looks fine to me. Try to load it. Okay, try to close it up. Now we can start building the visualization. So here we can start visualizing with based on city and sales. Okay, let me change it to some other insight. City and sales. Everyone clear, right? Or else any queries or else some confusion, please tell me. Just trying to add the labels. Or I'm interested with the each and year wise populations, each and every wise sales. See this. Each and every year wise sales. Yeah. Sales. If you can try to filter the Portland, I can see the state-wise or else year-wise sales information. Maybe if you can try to add some more slice of split. Add some slices. I'm interested with year. Not in the bar. I'm just trying to project in the drop down. Okay. Try to select some more categories based on category wise. interested with drop down. Okay, not a list, drop down page. Everyone clear about it? Maybe I'm sure if I can try to choose the accessories, these are the sales. Okay, for city wise as well as each and every year wise sales. Is that clear? Or else any concerns or else any confusion? Please tell me. So once the data is ready at our end, it's very easy to build the visualizations too. Okay. So I'm stopping up to this part. If you have any queries, please raise your hand digitally so that I can take your queries. And I'm going to share you these two data sets once the session is over, along with this PBX file. Please work on this and let me know. Tell me, student.
Sir, actually, one option you have selected while transforming the data, I mean to say it's a number only. So again, you have yeah.
Where? Here?
So in year, in
Huh.
year,
Huh.
in
Tell
year
me.
you have chosen right click, select the year columns.
Okay. Hmm.
So here right click,
Right click. Okay.
sorry, near to the 1 to 3. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So here you have chosen like text, data type is text.
No, no, I
So
haven't. One second. I haven't chosen data type text. By default, it is an attribute, right? It is a text. What I did, I change it to the number,
okay,
whole number. Huh.
yeah. So in sales also it is number. You did not choose number, so it will take by default only. So we have to change every time whole
See
number.
here. See, if we are performing the unpivot column, by default, it will be the output should be reflected in the form of attribute column and values column.
Okay,
By default, for attribute is a text.
okay.
But we are aware of it. These values, if you are observing these values like 2005, 6, 7, is
Hmm.
this a number or is a text? It's
It's
not
a
a text.
text.
Number, not a text, right? 2005 is not
Sorry,
a
it's a
text.
number.
Ah,
Okay,
by default, it is a text. I'm converting to the number series. 1, 2, 3 is the number. So, if you are performing an unpivot column transformation, the output is get reflected in attribute as a text data type, values is a number. So I'm not changing on values. This one is fine,
hmm,
but this attribute is not a text, it's a number. So that's
okay,
why manually I'm changing it.
okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Any other queries?
One more
Others?
query is that
Tell me.
like in
Don't
Power Query,
hesitate. I'm waiting for the queries. If you have any, please try to resolve it. Okay. Yes,
in, Pa-
please.
in Power Query editor,
Hmm.
we have two spreadsheets like country population data and multiple data. Uh,
Multi-spreadsheet data set, two
okay,
set data sets, two
it will
queries.
say it will save like for forever or for a time limited.
No,
Uh,
no, no, no. Until this PBX file is available, it will be get available in this way.
okay.
Maybe if I can share this file it with you, this file
Hmm.
with you, you have to configure these two data sets at your end. If you are
Okay.
observing the source location is mile path, if you are observing this one,
Hmm.
this is my location. The file is available in this location only. Suppose if I remove the file from that location,
Hmm.
see here, available in this query editor dataset multi-level spreadsheet, correct?
Yes.
Suppose example in real time, if I can remove the file from here and place it somewhere, see this?
Okay.
This is a real time activity. See this? I have removed the file from here. I don't have any file. I placed it somewhere. So what will happen? I cannot able to refresh it. See here, it throws an error. See this? There is no file. You have to configure the file. So what we have to do in this scenario, you have to configure it. So file is not available. It throws an error, right? You couldn't find the file in this location. Please check. So I just removed it, right? So you have to configure the file which I'm going to share it with you until the file availability. It will be get available. See this? I'm configuring from here. Refresh. Here I'm trying to perform the refresh. Okay. See this. Refresh. I can see the data. Got it?
Yeah, yeah.
Until the file available, it will be get saved in PBX file. Suppose if you remove the file from the location, you have to configure. Got it?
Okay.
But I hope it is clear to everyone. This is very, very important as well. I'm sharing the PBX files with you. So you have to change the path to your location so that you can see all this transformation which I have performed. Otherwise, you cannot observe any transformation. Got it?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm stopping up to this part. I'm going to share this PBX files with you. Please work on this and share me the snapshot of query editor only. I'm not interested on the visualization. Share me, select this, share me the steps. Okay, select this, perform, complete these steps only. I'm not interested on the visualization. Okay, we are not working on the visualization. We are working on the best practices set query editor. So these are all very important transformation in interview prospect as well. If someone will ask you, what are the transformations you regularly work? You can tell, I have worked on the unpivot columns, I have worked on the transpose transformation, or else maybe I have worked on the fill down transformation. You can tell these things, okay? But I'm stopping up to this part. We'll connect tomorrow. If you don't have any queries, I will sign off. Fine then. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day. Bye.